Hi guys, this is Matt with List Machine Pro Support, and today I'm going to shoot a quick video on something that's a pretty popular question for new List Machine Pro users, and that is, I have a blog that has been around for a while, and I really like how it looks. I like all the different plugins that I have set up on it, or I've had some custom development done on it, etc., whatever the reason. I really like the way that my WordPress blog is already set up. Can I still use List Machine Pro on it, or how would I use List Machine Pro with a blog that's old and mature and has a lot of stuff on it already, and I like how it's working for me? And the answer is yes, you still can use List Machine Pro for that, but you're not going to want to replace your existing theme in most cases. In most cases, if you like the way that your site looks already and you spent a lot of time and money getting it just the way you like it, there's no reason to mess with, don't fix what's not broken. So using Jason Moffat's website for an example here, Jason has Socrates installed on this site, and this may not be the best example. It doesn't look like he has a ton of stuff on this site at this point, but let's say he likes how this site looks. He doesn't want to go start from scratch and set up List Machine Pro and try and make everything that he's already got work in a brand new theme. So our recommendation in cases like that is not to get rid of your old theme and just throw List Machine Pro in there, because then you have a lot of work to do to get old content to work with List Machine Pro. Instead, if you want to have the best of both worlds, you basically can run two different WordPress themes at once. Now, if you know anything about WordPress, you're going to be thinking, what? There isn't a way to run two WordPress themes at once, and typically that's true. If you're using on one installation of WordPress, you can only run one theme. That's it. One theme is it. But that doesn't stop you from installing a second version of WordPress on the same domain. And when you have that second installation up, you can run your existing theme on your existing site exactly as you are, and then on that second installation of WordPress, you can put in a new theme, List Machine Pro. So if Jason wanted to, he might even have this somewhere. I'm at profitmoffat.com. He might make a subfolder off of this site, just a subfolder called LMP, and put a new installation of WordPress in that subfolder, and then install List Machine Pro on that installation of WordPress. So it just takes a little bit of getting used to think about having two different versions of WordPress on the same domain. But once you work with it a few times, it becomes second nature, no problem. So to give you an example of how you would actually pull this off in real life, I'm going to actually go through and do that with you. So this is a WordPress site, an old pretty much defunct WordPress site, but I'm going to use this as an example of how you could set up List Machine Pro to work with an existing installation of WordPress. So this is internetprofitconsultants.com, and let's just say that I've spent a lot of time and paid somebody to design this site, and I like the way it works. I don't want to mess with it at all, but I still want to use List Machine Pro with it. So what I would do is basically you're going to need to install a make a second installation of WordPress on your existing domain. So to do that, you would log into your hosting account. Now in this case, this site is hosted on Bluehost. So I'm going to log in there and get started. Now, a lot of what I'm about to tell you is the exact same thing that you can find in, if you go to the the home page of List Machine Pro's support desk, plc.zendesk.com. If you go to this post on the home page, how to install WordPress in List Machine Pro, this is going to be, what I'm about to tell you is going to be a lot of repeating of this first video.
Hi, this is Matt with Product Launch Creator Support.
I am. It's going to be a lot of repeat of how to install WordPress, but we might as well go over it again from a slightly different angle. If you have, most hosting companies should have something like Fantastico or Simple Scripts, or some kind of utility that basically installs WordPress for you automatically. I can't imagine a hosting company that doesn't have something like that now. So I'm going to use Simple Scripts, and what I'm doing right now is I'm going to make that second installation of WordPress. So I want to make a new installation of WordPress. I mean, I'm not really going to go into each and every, go into great depth in all of this, because it might be slightly different for you. So I want to install a new version of WordPress. So it's going to ask me, where do I want to install WordPress? I'm going to say Internet Profit Consultants, and I want to, it's going to ask me, I already have it installed on the main domain of Internet Profit Consultants, but now I can put List Machine Pro in its own subfolder. So I'll just call it that. I mean, you probably aren't going to want to name it something like that. Like maybe you would name it something like bonuses, or goodies, or something appropriate for your site. Actually, we'll just go ahead and call this bonuses. Yes, I've read the terms and conditions, blah blah blah, and I'll say complete. And now it's going to install for me. Okay, so just like that, I've got, now watch this. Now I have in internetprofitconsultants.com/bonuses, this is my installation of WordPress. But if I go to just internetprofitconsultants.com, totally different installation of WordPress. So we've got two versions of WordPress running on the same site. That's how you get to keep your existing theme while still using List Machine Pro. So from here, all I would do is log into the back end of this installation of WordPress, install List Machine Pro, and then start setting it up exactly how I want to. And then, if I want to, use Viral List Creator for something, for example, with List Machine Pro, I could simply, maybe I'd have an article in here that on this site that would link to something on the List Machine Pro installation, And you basically link between. It's just like linking to different pages within your own site. Nothing different than what you already do. You're just it's just a little bit of a funny way to think about it, since you've got two different versions of WordPress out there. But like I said, once you get used to working with it, it really becomes pretty much second nature. So you would have to, another thing to keep in mind is, of course, you're going to have two different, you would log into the back end of this installation of WordPress in one place, and you would log into the back end of your second installation in a totally different place. And if you wanted the same plugins and setup and that kind of thing, you would have to configure them individually. But again, takes just a little bit of getting used to, but once you're there, it's really not a big deal. So that's how you go about doing it. And of course, if you have any questions about the process, or need a little bit of a clarification on something, feel free to bring it up in one of the training webinars, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Dax, or you can submit a support ticket. Hope that helps. Thanks.